Where can you meet a wild donkey, pan for gold, and walk in the footsteps of outlaws, all in the same afternoon? Only in Oatman, Arizona. This town is weird, wild, and totally worth the trip. Let's go!
Well, here we are in Oatman, coming into Oatman, and there's actually a traffic jam caused by the donkeys. They're coming up to each vehicle, begging for something from the vehicles. It's funny how they just come to the next vehicle. Hey, what do you got up in here? You got anything? I accept any kind of handouts.
I don't have anything. Sorry, baby. Probably not a good idea to feed him anyways.
No. Well, here we are trying to maneuver through the donkeys. They're like gangsters. They're marauders. They try to stop you, come up to your vehicle, try to get food from you. We stopped for 1 second, and one actually grabbed the doorknob of the back of our car, trying to open up the door. They literally try to get you to stop so that you will give them food.
And then people, of course, are stopping and giving them food. So it just continues. I don't think people should be stopping to feed them.
Welcome to Oatman. We'll go ahead and drive up through here, take a look at everything, and see what we can
see. All right, so what's the story behind this wild little desert town? Buckle in, because Oatman, Arizona has a history as colorful as the characters walking its streets. And I'm not just talking about the donkeys. Way back in the late 1800s, Oatman was your classic Wild West mining town. It all started when 2 prospectors hit the jackpot nearby. We are talking millions of dollars worth of gold just sitting in these hills. And you can guess what happened next. Boom. The gold rush was on. People from all over packed up, grabbed their shovels, and headed straight for Oatman, hoping to strike it rich. The town grew fast: saloons, hotels, a post office, you name it. At its peak, Oatman was home to over 3,500 people. Not bad for a dusty little spot in the Arizona desert. But here's where it gets interesting. Oatman wasn't just about gold. It also has a love story built right in. The town is actually named after Olive Oatman, a young girl who was famously kidnapped by a Native American tribe in the 1850s and later released. She became known for the distinctive blue tattoo on her chin and her unbelievable life story. Now, fast forward to the 1920s, the gold mines start drying up, but Oatman gets a second wind thanks to the famous Route 66 running right through town. Travelers and road trippers kept the place alive and, honestly, kept it weird in the best possible way. But when Interstate 40 came along and bypassed the town, Oatman nearly became a ghost town, emphasis on nearly. Because today, Oatman is very much alive, a little rough around the edges, full of Old West charm, and yes, completely overrun by wild burros. And those burros? They're not just visitors. They're descendants of the pack animals miners left behind over 100 years ago. And as you can see, they pretty much run the place now. So, between the mining history, Route 66 legends, and some seriously sassy donkeys, Oatman has managed to stick around and turn into one of the quirkiest, must-see stops in Arizona.
Well, here we are walking through a leather shop in Oatman. They have all these taxidermy deer heads in here. For $250, you could have a taxidermy deer head.
You'll find tons of places selling Route 66 souvenirs, Western hats, t-shirts, mugs, and quirky signs. Plenty of items with burros on them. They really lean into the donkey theme here.
$500 gets you an old shotgun. A Roman gladiator helmet. Some cool helmets. There's some more weapons down here. Some swords and Viking axes and yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff here. Cool gift shop here in Oatman.
Here are also some really cool rock and mineral shops, a little nod to Oatman's mining history. You can pick up crystals, fossils, and even little chunks of gold if you're lucky. It's like taking home a piece of the Old West. And for a little extra fun, there's even an old-school shooting gallery. Test your aim and feel like a real outlaw. Keep an eye out for Walter the donkey. He's basically Oatman's unofficial mascot. You'll see his face on shirts, mugs, stickers, you name it. Walter was actually a wild burro just like the rest, but now he lives a pretty cushy life as the town's most famous resident. Oh, and if you're in the area, just down the road from Oatman is Schaefer's Fish Pond. It's a hidden little spot you've got to see. We actually checked it out last week, so if you want to see what it's all about, click the link at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on our next journey.